we're going to change how you make jalapeno poppers. If you don't have gloves, just smear a little bit of oil on your hands. You can just wash that off, makes a bit of a barrier, and then you don't have to deal with that heat. First thing we want to do is get all of our ingredients together. Equal parts of cheddar cheese and cream cheese. I definitely recommend grating your cheddar cheese from a block. That bag cheese, fresh cheddar is a much better quality cheese to use. That cheddar cheese in 50-50 mix. 4 pieces of bacon. You can use bacon bits on this if you don't feel like frying up that bacon. That works just as well. Black pepper, onion powder, chopped onions, chopped dried onions. About a tablespoon of that, about a teaspoon of onion powder. And for your flavor, you've got some choices to make. You can either use one of your favorite rubs or even ranch. You're going to be dipping them in ranch anyhow, or blue cheese dressing. You get to decide which of those flavors you want to put in. I like the applewood rub, so we'll throw about a tablespoon of that in as well. And then we will dice 1 jalapeno, very fine, very small, and we'll put that in. We're also going to remove the seeds in that because we're just after the jalapeno flavor and not so much the heat in the mix on the inside. It's okay if a few seeds get in there. Very finely chopped. And this will completely change the flavor in your mix. Putting some chopped jalapenos in the mix will carry over into the end result. Throw that 1 jalapeno popper into our cheese stuffing mix. Now, everyone knows the method for making jalapeno poppers where you cut the end off, split them in half, and then core out the inside. The thing about making jalapeno poppers in this manner is you get lots of spillover. It runs out, you lose that cheese, makes a mess inside your air fryer or your smoker, and runs and drips everywhere. What I would propose to you, that's the standard method. The method that's going to change the way you cook jalapeno poppers is making a divot out of the jalapeno, and then with a very small spoon, you can core out the inside of that popper. A baby spoon works perfect for this. You just reach inside and all of that core, the webbing and the seeds comes out. Just that easy. Save the top. Set it 1 for 1 so that you know which top aligns with that popper that you just made, because you will be matching them up later. And this will prevent the mess that you typically get when you're either air frying or smoking that popper. Another thing that makes the jalapeno popper easier to place inside on a flat surface is let the jalapeno popper show you what level is, what part of the popper wants to sit flat on your cooking surface. Now we're going to mix all of that cheese stuffing together, and I can tell you, warming up that cream cheese makes this so much easier, mixing it together, letting it achieve room temperature. And I'll tell you this too, if you make a batch of this and you have some left over, we get our jalapenos out of the garden, so there's a steady stream of jalapenos coming in, and having a batch of this pre-mixed, ready to go, all you have to do is the cutting, and it makes the cooking time so much easier. And this will keep inside a Tupperware for a couple of weeks. You just grab some when you need it, cut up your jalapenos, throw them in the air fryer, and they're ready to go. It's not a long and involved process. So there we go. Already tasting good. We've got our mix done. We grab that jalapeno, stuff it, making certain we fill all the way up to the end and then to the back side. You don't want it heaping over because again, you're going to put that cap on top, back on top. We've got the corresponding popper, so that is a perfect fit. That's one popper. We'll go ahead and do all the rest of these, stuff them, and we're gonna run this traditional style jalapeno popper, and you'll be able to see how much cleaner this comes out. You don't get the big burn mess on the bottom of your air fryer or smoker. Did you know that red jalapenos are just ripe jalapenos? Just about every time you get them in the store, they're green. That's for their benefit. They ship better. These are a touch softer and quite a bit sweeter than the green jalapenos. And again, since we're getting from the garden, we can get tons of ripe jalapenos. And that sweetness, a little bit softer, it does show up in the final product. And here we go with the traditional. Halved. Then we'll wrap this in bacon as well. You're going to want to get the thin, cheaper bacon. You don't want that thick cut. This will behave better in the wrap as well as the final product. And we also don't need any of those toothpicks, people wrapping them up with toothpicks. We just overlap one piece of bacon per popper. And I'll tell you, leaving these stems on makes for a nice little handle when you pick them up. It's almost like a popper on a stick. All right, let's go ahead and preheat our Cosori air fryer. And then we'll set it at 410 degrees for 12 minutes. Take a look and see whether or not we like how that turned out. Now you can already see, we even had some burning going on, that those poppers that are done your standard way the cheese ends up running out and burning in the air fryer. And then our method, you end up with whole, complete, well-contained. Now just look at the difference between the two. You've got what is kind of a small, flat versus this large pigtail hanging off, much more appetizing of a popper. Even presents better. I will say this, they do taste the same. But if you think about it, presentation is half the battle in a food. It's one of the things that you experience most in the food initially is what it smells like, what it looks like. That's why they say presentation matters. And I like the blue cheese. Mouth is watering. So delish. We've got this playlist over here that's got all of our jalapeno popper recipes. And over here is a video that YouTube says is perfect for you. We hope you liked it. If you did, please click like, subscribe, share, and come on back for more.